So they showed a loss. Now, this is not a point to freak out. This shows a loss. A lot of business owners purposely show losses so they don't have to pay taxes. We have to remember that this tax return was built for the purposes of trying to identify tax liability, like how much are they going to owe in tax. It was not ever intended for buyers to review to know how the cash flow is. So there is some re-engineering on the back end that typically takes place to get to your actual cash flow number. And that's where I'll give you the kind of the basics where it's like EBITDA. You'll probably hear that a lot, EBITDA, and that's earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So based off this 2024, EBITDA before there's any adjustments would be that negative 20,000 that we see, because you always start off with what do they report. So it's negative 20,500. How my calculator so I get the right number. And then we would add back, where is interest? Interest expense is 36. No, 18. They have no interest expense. So there's no
It's
interest expense
taxes.
to add back.
Okay.
And then we have
And
depreciation
what
and
is interest
amortization.
expenses? Is that like bank interest charges, or what is typically interest?
Sure. So interest is any sort of loan. So they can have a private money lender. They can have some sort of institutional debt, just like, what you said, banks involved, SBAs involved, whoever it may be. Any of the interest that they pay is like tax deductible. So they'll add that in here. Reason being why it's normal practice to add that back is, let's just say both you and Audrey end up buying this, your debts will be vastly different than the debts that they had in their structure. So to kind of get a very flat line, now we can start comparing back and forth. You want to add back all those variables that was very specific to them. So interest is a big one. You're not going to carry the same types of interest that they would have because your structure is going to be vastly different. On this one, they're showing no interest. So they probably had no debt, or possibly no debt. You may have debt on this. So again, it's going to be very different. And later down the road, we start adding these back. So it's not like we're ignoring it. It's like, let's get a true cash flow number. And then step two is when we start playing with debts and trying to figure out, okay, what would our debt service be? So that's interest, which is a great question because I get a lot of people ask me that, and it is a topic that sometimes gets glossed over.